opening statement, and then we'll take questions.
There are a lot of keys to today's game against Iona. I thought we had better tempo today. We came out the first 4 minutes with a different energy than we did in our last game. We had fewer turnovers today. We had more rebounds. All the intangibles. We got on the floor more than we did in the first game. I thought our team listened more in huddles and executed better when we got on the floor. But lastly, the biggest key is we scored the basketball. Bottom line, score the basketball. We need to do that. You shoot 29% in your home opener, and then you come back 4 days later and you shoot 50% against a team that has a chance to win the Metro Atlantic, and arguably you're playing against what I call the most dynamic duo in Division I women's basketball in Martinez and Adams. Had a lot of consternation coming in this game because those two kids in particular averaged close to 53 points and over 22 rebounds combined. And we scored 52 points as a team in that first game. So when two kids average more than what your team scored previously, I'm not going to have a lot of sleep getting ready for this one. But I was really pleased. We had very good balance today with a lot of contributions. But your biggest stat line too, as well as 29 points from your bench compared to their 7. So this is an Iona team. I just can't talk enough about those two kids in particular, and the effort that our kids had today and the focus they had in their preparation and execution of today was big time.
Talking about the offense, obviously the shooting was better and the scoring up dramatically, but the most dramatic improvement offensively was Erica going from 0 to 24 in one game. Can you just talk, what was different in your eyes about her game?
Well, Jasmine and Erica both had 0 points, so 2 starters, so the two of them combined for 27 points. So I'm going to joke with them about that, but I would have bet anything that I could have bet legally under NCAA parameters that those two would not have been held scoreless in the first game, and I would have doubled that bet in this game had that happened tonight. So made it a point for them to step up, and I felt like they did that.
Can you talk especially about Erica? I mean, it looked like when she made her first basket, it looked like her confidence raised, her game became more aggressive. I mean, there was a lot of, it looked like it took one, and that jump-started her to 24.
She got to the foul line. She was much more aggressive going to the hoop, and I thought we got to the foul line well in both halves. And when you go 8 of 10, I think your confidence builds because now those are just free points, and she was able to convert. We called a couple of plays for her to get some easy touches inside and get her attacking to the hoop, and that was a big difference. But that kid's a competitor, and between Jasmine and Erica, those two aren't going to go scoreless back-to-back games. They are too much of competitors. They know the game too well. They have such a high basketball IQ that they're going to play all out in this game, and we got that effort. We needed that effort in order to beat this team.
And you talked about their two standouts, but in particular, Martinez had to be a volume shooter to get 18, and she came in averaging 32. Will you talk a little bit about the job there? And I know it was a group effort, but Miriam obviously had the primary on her. Will you just talk a little bit about what you were trying to do with her, and then what you thought about Miriam's performance there?
We tried to throw everything in the kitchen sink at her. This is, for being a great scorer at averaging almost 32 points, the kid only takes 22 attempts. Right. So tonight she had 16, so we limited that attempts, but we did a good job of making her dribble more. And she couldn't get into a flow, and we really tried to load up on her and make it hard for her to score. This is a kid who is very talented. She's already got close to 2,000 points going into her senior year. She's going to finish her career about 2,700, 2,800 points, and she can score any which way. So I think we did a good job, but also to her credit, she was a little off tonight. But that's one of the best players we'll ever play against this season, in my opinion.
And will you talk a little bit about Miriam's effort on her? I mean, she stayed on her almost the entire first half, and like you mentioned, there was a lot of missed shots. I think I think she had all 6 of her turnovers in the first half as well. I thought it was like 2 of 9, 2 of 6.
I thought Miriam's length was a deterrent to her. She got some deflections early on, and she's shooting over a longer kid defensively, but we did have to switch up sometimes and guard her with the other people. But it was a very determined effort by everyone in order to contain her, not stop her, but contain her.
Coach, can you talk a little bit more about Miriam? Well, she had 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, on top of guarding Martinez. Just talk a little bit about what she brings to the team in such a different dynamic ways.
She brings all those statistics that you rattled off. She can contribute in that. She can also start our offense. She can throw the ball in bounds and bring it up against their pressure. We can put her in the middle of the court for her to be kind of a pressure release in a press offense. But she's really intelligent on the court, and she wants to win as well. And she has turned herself into a more complete player this year. She is very determined to be successful and individually, but more so be successful as a team. And I know she took that last loss really hard, and the effort that we got from her tonight was great. She earned more minutes tonight, and that was key as well. But that's a kid who she's playing multiple positions for us. But she is turning into a really good leader for us as well, in addition to all those categories that you mentioned she's making contributions in.
Right. And offensively, the second half, it seemed like it was kind of a difference. You guys had 3 free throws in the first half and then 20 in the second half. Just kind of, what's the difference offensively for you guys there? Was it?
They started to trap us a little bit more in the second half, and I thought we were able to draw some fouls. Don't get me wrong, so my heart rate was racing. They cut it to 12 with about 5 minutes to go and had a flurry of 6 points in 1 minute from the 6-minute mark to the 5-minute mark. And I knew we had to make some shots to finish, and our kids did a good job of attacking a little bit more. We lost some balls in the paint, I felt like, but getting to the line is just such a key stat for us, and I think we can make the foul shots once we get there.
Was it just something they were giving you in the second half that you guys just took advantage of them?
No, I think they had to scramble a little bit more and take some chances to try and cut the lead. And times where it worked very well, like I said, when they cut that lead to 12, and then when we were able to swing the ball and attack a little bit better, I thought we were able to extend and draw the foul.
Talk a little bit about how the team handled that pressure, Coach. I mean, obviously with Rachel, 22 to 20 minutes, only 1 turnover between the two of them. Seems like they held up pretty well for a young kid.
They did. Those two did a good job, and that's a type of press that they want to trap after half court. We had trouble simulating that in practice with our men's practice squad and going against ourselves as well. So I thought we needed to swing the ball quickly from sideline to sideline and not get trapped. But we knew that if we did get in trouble, we were going to have to burn a lot of timeouts. I thought we burned a couple when we did get in trouble, but it was good for us to be pressured like that with the three-quarter court trapping press after half court. That's something we don't see a lot, and we had concentrated on that. But it's when you put a debris out there who's 6'4" at that point of the press, or having her run around, and now she's being a trapper on the sideline. She's tough to get around.
What did you see in the eyes of the girls when they came back to the huddle? They cut it to 12. Obviously, the pressure's up. You've lost a big lead. Any sense of panic in the team at that point?
They heard me yell a little bit more, probably, but I didn't see that panic. I was just, the eye contact that I got at the beginning of the game in the first 4 minutes was just completely different than the first game. And that's one thing that they had to show, and they did. I can't credit Iona enough. They're a very talented team. We had to play well. We had to shoot the ball well. We didn't shoot the ball well. If we shoot anywhere close to what we did against Bucknell, we lose this game big time. And I don't want to. We don't have many home games. Okay, we've got 13 total. That included our exhibition game, and just not a lot of opportunities. I didn't want this team, because of how hard they do work, to lose an opportunity to play well in front of our fans and play well against a really talented team in Iona.
You mentioned a little bit about the offense, and especially and I know I focused on Erica, but you got a lot of contributions from a bunch of different people. Will you talk a little bit, especially about 2 freshmen in Myers and Puck, and also Abby Seifker stepping up?
You had 5 kids in double digits, and it was really good balance, and that's what we need. I don't need a kid that can score 24 and then 3 others that score anywhere between 8 and 5. We need kids that can have balance of our leading scorer needs to be 14, 13.5. Then the third leading score's got to be 12.7, 11.9. So it makes for who are we going to take away defensively? You heard their coach yelling every time Deborah got a touch tonight, or any sort of catch at the arc. Everybody loaded up on her because she had 17 points. Ironically enough, that opened up some other people and we knocked down some early shots, and then that forced their hand a little bit to change what they wanted to do defensively, in my eyes.
Can you give us we've noticed that Bolton has not been in uniform for the first 2 games. Can you give us a status update on that?
Yeah, I mean, you can see she's limping in her suit, so.
Do you have any sense of, I mean, what specifically is in?
No, she has a leg injury, but she's seeing a doctor later on this week.
Okay, so no sense of much of that.
Not right now, not until she's,
It's
yeah.
the doctor.
And she's, saw someone before the game, and you'll see another one later on.
Thank you.
Thanks.